Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning, the 26th, I think. Yeah, I think it's
I
the
think it's
26th. Yeah.
26.
Um, I don't know why I don't ever look at the calendar before we roll. Anyway, I need to speak up.
Just in case we're
Okay.
outside in the video.
All right.
The pigs are
Yeah, we're
tearing something
outside,
up.
outside of our new building, which somebody actually, as a related thing, somebody asked about a tour of the new building, and I think I'll do that sometime soon. Don't shake your head. I think I will do that sometime soon. Don't tell me what to do.
Why? I don't know why. You never do what I tell you to do anyway.
All right, let's get into this.
Although I
by
don't
the
tell
way,
you what to do very often.
that's true. I like it that way. Okay, so as you can see, Vikings, they're 3-0. Their defense is phenomenal this year.
So far.
Yeah, so far 3-0. It's best start since 2009.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't done that since 2009. So all you Packers fans and Chicago fans and Detroit fans, sorry, not really. Okay, so I'll move on. The LTS on Saturday, even though we had glitches and problems and Vicky was frustrated to no end, I was relatively not that frustrated because I knew we had the backup to put on YouTube, so that's already on YouTube. So we're still working on solutions to try and get our signal better. So we're working on that. We'll have it hopefully fixed by next LTS.
We've been saying that for 6 months.
But last month it worked great.
Yeah.
Last month, that's why we thought we had it fixed. Anyway, we'll move on. All right, first question of the day from my buddy Andy. What's your suggestive technique to get adequate primer coverage in all the small detail lines without overspraying? I tend to overspray in an attempt to get the primer in the lines and detail completely. All right, so let me show you
You might want to cover your coffee.
what I do. Actually, the bugs don't look too bad out here right now. All right, so here's the ink, here's the primer. You notice these have two different types of nozzles on them. I've talked about this briefly, but I haven't really shown anything. So here's the deal, and you guys know I don't normally do demos on the Coffee and Questions. By the way, when I use these, I have found that when I kind of pre-inflate them, it helps to keep them from tearing. I don't know if it works for anybody else, but now they'll probably tear, of course. But anyway, it always seems to, when I don't do that, they seem to kind of tear a little bit. So, or sometimes they do. All right, so let me show you what I do. I have this scrap piece of block that I use for, this is just my test piece when I'm testing out router bits after I sharpen them. So now you will see,
Turn it this way, just a little bit.
huh? This way,
No, your board. I can't see your board. There you go.
that board. You can see my technique is just short spurts. That's what I do. Now my dad, if you watch him do it, he goes shh, 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 shh. It's just not the way I do it. With this nozzle, it's not that important. Dad hasn't used this one very much. I use it all the time. This, it comes out, you can see, it comes out much faster. And when the can is warm, it will come out like a fire hose. That's why I keep these in the fridge during the summertime. Gosh, I hope I don't spray my jersey. All those Packers fans, Bears fans, spray it, spray it. Anyway, so what I do is, and you can see when you, well, I don't know if you can see, maybe you can.
Well, if you quit bopping it up and down.
When you hold this at a little bit of an angle, you can see that you can see some wood showing through there. Sometimes I'll just hit those again, but again, really light sprays and touches. Have a really light touch with this can. This one, it's even more important that it is this one. And so that's the technique I use, Andy, and I don't know, and many of you have already seen that, but I've never really talked about it. But when you, well, I'll try and use Dad's technique. This drives me nuts, but that's Dad's technique. Look how heavy that is with this big nozzle. Now with the ink, it's not that bad. But here's the thing, guys. This is redwood. This I probably wouldn't have, even heavy like that, I probably wouldn't have any problem with it bleeding. But if you're spraying pine, that's where the bleeding will come into play, even if you have sanding sealer on it. So anyway, that's my basic technique. The other thing that I want to say about that is don't be concerned that you don't have everything down in that groove pitch black, midnight black. That is actually, that's advice that I got from Dad 20 something years ago. Son, you're spraying too heavy because you want everything back in that background completely midnight pitch jet black, and that's just not necessary, guys. It's just not necessary. So if you're overspraying, it's probably because you are either doing the constant spray technique, you're not moving the can fast enough, and for me, I like little short bursts, I'd rather put on not enough than too much. So the other thing that I do when I'm using pine is if I've got a lot of wood showing after my carving is done, I'll actually mask off a lot of the surface just to kind of diminish the chances of getting some bleeding. I can't mask off the lettering, obviously, but I'll mask off big open spaces and I have several different widths of masking tape that I use. Anyway, I hope that helps, Andy, and any of you out there that have issues with spraying too heavy, and especially on pine and the light colored boards where you have bleeding. All right, that's the first question. Second question, what letter size do you use in the Live to Ride sign, 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and what font? This is from Robert Repine Sr. Okay, so here's what I'm going to show you guys. This is our standard, and you guys have seen me actually show this many times. These are 1 inch letters. 1.5 inches, there's no way they would fit in there unless you modify that box and don't carve it the way I carve it. But these are 1 inch letters. Now, that being said, in the past, I've wanted a little bit more space around there, so I have used 3/4 inch letters. Now, I've never really taught this on camera because, to be honest with you, 3/4 inch outset letters are kind of tricky. However, there's many of you out there now that are advanced sign carvers, and many of you could pull that off with no problem at all. A bunch of you come to mind. I'm not going to mention any names, but many of you would have no problem with that at all, especially with the new SC50. You could pull off 3/4 inch outset letters with no issues. But way back when I started doing these, I didn't really have very many students that I thought could carve that kind of detail and be that make 3/4 inch outset letters look good. So, and now here's the other thing. This is something that Dad came up with not too long ago, and I'm not sure if this is going to show.
I think you might have to put it down towards the
well,
tip. There we go.
Yeah. So this is actually the Live to Ride letter layout template that goes inside of that box. That's all one piece. We've actually got the Western and the Clarendon. Oh, by the way, Robert was asking what font that is. This is Clarendon on the bottom, and it's Western or Pointedly Mad on the top. Now, because Dad had to put this little rail on here, these are not really 1 inch, they're more like 7/8, pretty close to 7/8 tall on both of these. So it depends, it depends if you're using these are about 7/8 tall, the letters are, and but I kind of like the 3/4 inch outset letters. We don't have those as a general standard item, just again because they're kind of difficult to carve either inset or outset, but we can make them. If you guys have any interest in them, you know how to get a hold of us. Okay, I guess that is it for the questions. Let's get into sign carver of the day. Then we have a special announcement at the end. Okay, sign carver of the day number 1. John Moore. Really a cool sign. Oops. It looks like a 48-inch circle, and he used the panel board with a 1/2-inch backer. And he says he used the 90 degree for the background around the letters, and then if you can, I don't know, can you get in really close on the head of the buffalo there, babe? Because he made the mane and the head of the buffalo more textured than the rest of the sign. Can you get in
That's
there?
as
Can you
close
see
as
that?
I can get. So.
Yeah, it's textured. Okay, so
I think you can see that.
I'm gonna pull it away now.
Okay.
And I think the rest of from like the shoulders back is all flat background, which was really cool the way he did that. I love it. Great job, John. Really a cool looking sign. Obviously a commercial sign. So I hope you got paid well for that. Or got at least some advertising for it. And Burt Graham, beautiful piece of live edge. Not even sure what kind of wood that is. Looks like cedar. 6 foot long. Just looks fantastic. Beautiful sign. Great job, Bert, as always. You guys amaze me every day. All right, special announcement. The next video will be on Wednesday. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to do another giveaway. You know, I think it was like a month ago, I think, or something like that when we gave away the book.
Yeah, it's been a
I think
while.
it was a month or so. We're going to, any of you that saw the Trick or Treat LTS video, we're going to give this to one of you guys. So if you would like it, you know, I don't know, probably, I don't know if anybody wants it or not, but we're going to give this away. We're going to send it to you guys. And we're going to do a drawing exactly the same way we did before. So you need to leave a comment on this video, this particular video. So you can leave a question or comment, or you can just, you know, type in treat me. Then a week from today, we'll actually give this thing away. We'll draw it on camera. Vicki will draw just like we did last time, and we'll send this to somebody. Now, here's the deal. For you international people, I need to hold it down. For you international people, I'd be happy to send this to you, but the shipping on this will be really tough to cover that. So if you're international, just be aware that we need to charge some kind of whatever the freight is. I'm just gonna I'll find a way to charge you back. So John, over in Australia, and you Australian guys, or Sweden or Norway, we have so many international watchers now. You guys, I will absolutely send this to you, no problem at all, and all I will charge you is what the freight is. If you're domestically within the United States, then I'll cover the shipping, because it won't be but a few bucks. Canada, again, you know, I'd have to charge you something for shipping this. But other than that, it's yours if you win the drawing. So just, if you leave any kind of a comment or question, that's fine. If you don't have a comment or question and you want to be entered in, just write treat me, and we will enter you in, and we'll do the drawing next month, or next week, a week from today,
Yeah.
which actually will be next month when you think about it. Haven't thought about that till right now. So anyway, that's it, guys. Hope everybody has a great week. We got tons of things planned. Got a really exciting collaboration that hopefully I'll be sharing with you guys soon. Doing another one right now. Be shipping it out soon, and I got more in the works. So everybody stay happy. Hope you had a great weekend. Go Vikings. I don't even know who we play next week. What kind of fan am I? Anyway. Hope you guys do well, and we will see you on Wednesday morning for Coffee and Questions. Send me those questions. Keep those questions coming, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you. All right, I'm done. Have a great week. See you on Wednesday. Bye.